Hey, Bree Thompson here with Harrisburg BIC Church. In this season of Advent, we are continuing and we are now focusing on peace, the peace of Christ. As we talked about this with our youth, we first talked about what are some ways to create space within our days to be able to have physical peace and rest. And our youth came up with lots of great ideas for that. Some of them talked about just amidst a busy schedule, creating timeouts for yourself, time to rest, time to just step away from things. Some of my youth talked about journaling at the end of a day or in different parts of their day in order to have space for peace. We did talk about if we spend too much time on social media, how that there is a constant flow of input and there's so much coming in that you don't even have time to process all of it. So what that leads to, an author I read recently put it to words well, is an exhaustion of the soul. When we are constantly taking in this input, whether it is via social media or just screen time, or even if it's just busyness, we're so busy that we don't have time to sit and think. We don't have time to focus our thoughts on what we want to focus on them on. So one of the things we did focus on with the youth is to create space for that. But then on the other hand, peace can be found whatever our schedules look like. Brother Lawrence was a well-known monk, and many of his letters were collected in a book called Practicing the Presence of God. And in that, Brother Lawrence talked about the ways he welcomed the presence of the Lord amidst everything that he did, amidst his daily duties. And he even said he felt closest to God while washing dishes, which is amazing. But, a lot of us, I think on maybe a middle schooler or a high schooler who's outside of COVID days are very busy with schoolwork, extracurricular activities, homework, youth group. You're on the go, or maybe a young parent who is maybe working. When they're not working, they are caring for the young children in all the moments. So the days look very full and busy, yet we can find God's presence in those moments. We can find his peace in those moments. And one of the things we talked about with the youth is, maybe yoga is a practice, or meditation is a practice to find stillness and find peace. But I could do yoga all day, and if I am not looking to the Lord for peace, I'm not going to find it. God is the author of peace. He is the only answer to the question, and it is through him that we will find peace. So we've got to be creating space in our days, whether it is intentional physical time and space, or being intentional towards making God a part of the busyness and fullness of our days, focusing on him, welcoming his presence. I want to look at a couple scriptures. In John chapter 15, verse 4, Jesus says, "Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me." And in John 16:33, Jesus says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Who is the Lord of peace? Who is the Lord of your life? Who has this all in his hands? It is the Lord that we need to focus on amidst all of the things that we're doing intentionally, and that is where we will find true peace.